there was one man who had come perhaps for the first time. He looked like a really strong lumberjack man. And he called out and challenged in a loud voice after the lecture, "How do you know that God eats?" So Prabhupada said very calmly, "God says I eat in the Bhagavad Gita. So, I may be a fool number one, but who should I believe, God or a rascal like you?" And then he was, around the same time, he spoke about prasadam in the lectures, and he said, the father gives the boy his supper, and they're sitting at the table eating supper. And the boy says, "Here, Father, you take first, or you taste it." So the father doesn't need the food from the son. In fact, he provided it. But just the fact that the son offered it, he said, "Oh yes, it looks very nice, I'll take it." And just the fact that he offered it increases the loving relationship. So he was teaching us the mentality. Then he said, people criticize that you simply cut up some fruit and you call it prasadam. He said, yes, it is prasadam. Even an atheist can taste the difference between an unoffered chapati and an offered chapati.
When Prabhupada first went to Mayapur with his American disciples, they bought a piece of land in Mayapur, and so Prabhupada actually drove straight to Mayapur, our place. It was just a small hut that they built for Srila Prabhupada, without stopping at Gauriya Math, Chaitanya Math, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Samadhi. So some of his godbrothers commented that he didn't even stop at his spiritual master's Samadhi. So when Prabhupada heard about that, when Prabhupada was told that they were speaking like that, when Prabhupada commented, do they think that I am ever separated from my spiritual master even for a moment? My spiritual master is always with me. And that is how a disciple should always be conscious of his spiritual master. Like spiritual master is none other than the super soul. The spiritual master is the super soul, or actually even more than the super soul. The yogis, when they attain perfection, they see the super soul in the heart. A devotee, when he attains perfection, he sees his spiritual master in the heart. So pure devotion means to see his spiritual master in his heart all the time. So more we become Krishna conscious, more we make spiritual advancement, the more we will see Srila Prabhupada in our hearts. And we are seeing, like, actually that's the benefit of being in ISKCON. Like everywhere we see Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada's temples, Prabhupada's deities, Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's devotees, everything is Srila Prabhupada. And that's what is actually not only protecting us from the onslaughts of Maya, but automatically pushing us towards our ultimate destination, Krishna's lotus feet.